Hello Aquarius, welcome to your December 2025 reading. I apologize, I haven't done any readings for anyone this month, so doing a bit of a monthly check-in, year-end check-in, and look ahead to 2026, all in one reading for you all. Over here we have the Archangels represented, Archangel Metatron with his companions. That's the second time now that I've given Archangel Metatron a masculine energy. So maybe for you, Aquarius, there's some like strength, endurance. I don't know why I'm seeing like fitness, men who go to the gym a lot, put a lot of importance on their fitness in terms of strength and endurance, like CrossFitters. You know, they do a lot of repetitions of the same movement. So maybe that's what you've been doing. Maybe you've been repeating the same behaviors or cycles and not really getting anywhere. Maybe it feels like that to you. I don't know. Initial impressions, I guess. Over here, we have your spiritual entourage. We have your soul, your guardian angels, your animal spirit guides. They're going to pick some charms out. We'll toss them in this little dish. We'll get some cards, and then we'll see where the charms go with the cards. I do timestamp below, so feel free to jump into your messages if you just want to do that. Otherwise, we'll hang out. We'll see if I get any more initial impressions as we get the cards and the charms together. So we'll start with the Archangels. I will say, in case the camera picks it up, I live in Canada, so I did eat some ketchup chips, and it takes a while for this to wash off, so I apologize. But yeah, I got some red fingers for you guys. So what to see with the Archangels want to share with you. Oh, 2 cards off the top. Trying to repeat the same pattern, at least with the Archangels, for all the readings, which is to go through the 4 seasons of the new year with the main message. But your main message has 2 cards here. Maybe there's some kind of partnership or companionship that is important in the new year in 2026 for you. Some kind of connection, maybe. Sorry, I just knocked the camera. Just wanted to slide it a little closer. Maybe that's what the companion will say to you. You know, slide in a little closer. Come in for a cuddle. Okay, so we get charms here with your spiritual entourage, your spirit guides, angel guides. Just letting them discard what they don't need for the dish, or just to get a few less in my hand so we're not wasting time. Okay, I'm kind of pausing, so I'll switch this out. The little angel dish, I'll just kind of hold it because I'm trying to make sure my hand doesn't bump into the cherub's face here. We'll just see what charms your guides here are selecting for you. Now this is a sort of a year-end check-in, so their commentary will be on the entirety of 2025, your experiences, what transpired, what you achieved, and they're holding there. Okay. Just take an initial kind of sneak peek here. We have my campfire. This is all about focus. We've got some celebration here, big celebration with a wine barrel. So some kind of success came through for you. And then we have something affecting your whole world. Let's pick that one up because it's gold on gold. But your heart, your whole world. So your heart space. Maybe the majority of 2025 was an emotional period for you. So we'll see here. We'll see what cards come down, and like I said, we'll add the charms to the cards. Okay. So 2025 December year-end check-in. Let's see what your spirit guides want to connect with you on. chit chat with you about. We'll see here. Okay. I was chuckling to myself because it felt like the one card kind of ran and hid, like it was fearful I was going to choose it. I kind of hid back in the deck. So I don't know if you ran and hid from something or someone this year, like coming back to your feelings here, your emotions. Maybe you didn't feel ready, so you retreated from something. Okay, so let's see where the guides want to place your charms, and then we'll get into the reading with you all. So we got some movement here on this second card. Okay. So focus on the success. Interesting. Focus here, right? Focus on the good stuff. Focus on what you did, not what you didn't do, right? What you accomplished, not what you feel like you haven't done yet. Okay, so spirit guides. Just see who I want to start with. Also taking the timestamp here for our friends. Okay. Even though I said focus here with the charm, I'm going to come here first to your whole world here. 2025. Really connecting deeply into your heart space, into your emotions. Maybe your emotions were all encompassing this past year. But I feel more so like your whole world was impacted, or a significant area of your world. So either your job, there's a change in job, or your job circumstances, situation, and that had a huge impact. Or there was a big change at home, and that had a huge impact on you. I'm feeling that retreat again, like your emotions here retreating into your own little world, like you're secluding yourself here in your world. I don't know if that's like hiding within, like holding your emotions in, not really sharing, not letting people know what's going on, or if you were just physically retreating. Sometimes we go quiet or we shut down, but I feel like you were pulling back into your world, kind of immersing yourself in just either spending time with self or retreating away from others to just focus on the stuff that you want to do, the stuff that you enjoy. So let's see here. See how that is paired with the cards. Get the camera to focus a little bit better on these. I'm first drawn to the expressions on both of their faces, because they're not overly joyful. They're kind of like determined. We're coming back to that focus message. They're both at a standstill here, or I should say holding their stance. Their feet are planted. I'm pausing because the younger one here, the Page of Swords, all in blue. This is emotions, and we were saying that the emotions were very all-encompassing, or your emotions impacted your world, or was a trigger for you to retreat back into your world. And you have these two lovely little blue jays here. You're the second sign where an animal spirit guide is coming down in a pair, so a multiple of the same species. And again, it's the birds as well. So maybe I'll copy and paste the same meaning behind the emphasis. When it comes down in pairs, it's emphasizing the messaging behind or the meaning behind a bird as a spirit animal. It's all about freedom, finding balance. Maybe that's why I'm feeling the retreat and kind of you focusing on you, like putting your needs first. Maybe that's also the stance. You know, you just knowing what you need to do, what you need to accomplish, because he's holding the swords and making a choice, making decisions. Maybe you had to make a lot of tough decisions this year, you know, so it weighed on your heart. A lot of emotional decisions maybe you had to make, had to go through. But there's good fortune here. You know, I'm drawn to the hammer on his belt here. So there's a nod here to all the effort you put in. But there's good fortune, right? He's creating his pentacles. So it wasn't for nothing. You know, maybe you didn't feel so great having to make these tough choices, making these tough decisions, having to focus, more time focus, less time at play, but it's resulting in freedom, right? Major transformation, the message of the bird, your animal spirit guide. Right now, your totem hanging out with the birds. I don't know, I feel like maybe I'm coming back to these cards. I feel like there's more to say, but not now. Okay, well, I do as they say. So we'll start at the bottom of this kind of staircase here that they've kind of built. Nice place to start. 10 of Cups. It's a good first foot. So you have a really nice support system here. I'm following the cups, but I'm drawn more to the bees, the butterflies, the geese here, or ducks, however we want to read them, the kitty cat, the two people. I feel it's more like you arriving and looking at them and joining them. But there's like this circular pattern that they're making, right? This circle of support that you have, the good fortune, the good favor that comes with it, which means positivity. You know, depending on what ask you have, you kind of know who in your network. Like you have a very fortunate network of contacts. Maybe that's the better way to say it. You know, regardless of what kind of support or help you need, there's the right person kind of there for you to ask, and the willingness, the positivity, the joy to help you out is there. And maybe that was your realization this year in 2025, that you do have the richness, the abundance of this helpful network, this supportive network, the strength of your contacts. And I say that because we're heading to the middle here, the second step, where there's that celebration and focus here on the second step. So you realize the wealth of your circle, of your social circle, the breadth of your contacts. But we'll focus here on this celebration. Let's see if we can figure this out. So the campfire is all about drawing your attention in. You know, it kind of quiets your mind. We stare into the flicker of the flames and just listen to ourselves, right? We tune into our intuition, into our thoughts, kind of calms us, brings our energy to a place of quietness, right? And maybe that's what you did. Maybe that's what I was seeing here. Maybe that's why I started there, right? You made the decision to withdraw, like I kept saying, to go within, to make the tough decisions. But you made the decisions with full clarity as well, because it's the flame. So you shed light on the situation, right? You saw things for how it is. And they're giving you the wine barrel. So this is a huge celebration. This is a huge achievement. This is huge recognition. from your soul and your guardian angels here, of what you kind of unlocked, what you succeeded at. So let's see what you succeeded at here. Step 2. You knew you had support in your network. When you needed help this past year, you asked for it. And you've got the Queen of Wands, reigniting passion, the nice beautiful red robe here. The orange is all about strategy, creativity, ingenuity, right? The power of your mental space, tapping into that magic. And then we have the beautiful intuitive hue here, following your intuition, trusting your gut, right? And you've reignited this flame. It's like lighting the Olympic flame. You're the final torchbearer, right? And you lit the Olympic flame. No wonder it's a huge wine barrel. So this is a big accomplishment. This is like getting a diploma. This is checking a big milestone off the list, or achieving a milestone. It could be anything from like paying off debt, graduating, a promotion, a relationship change, right? So, but what I like out of here is the new energy in you. You're going from this very emotional, heavily wrapped in emotion, to being wrapped in passion, motivation, creativity, inspiration, intuitive guidance, knowing to go where you're being pulled here. And where are you being pulled? Or where do you think you were getting pulled in 2025? Towards a dream come true. When I get the moon card, I'm always wishing upon the moon. So this is a dream come true. I'm really drawn to the Cancer symbol here. Cancer sign. Sorry, I'm not really good at the zodiac symbols. I feel like that's a summer month sign. Spring, summer. So maybe something magical was happening. A wish came true in maybe late spring, early summer for you. Cancer. What's Cancer? Sorry, I'm pausing because that feels off. I think that's Aries I'm thinking of. Cancer would be sort of in the middle of summer, sort of in the deep summer. Does it come after Gemini? Oh well. Maybe I should have a zodiac map just to help guide me. But there's an emphasis here on the Cancer season. So kind of reflect back. Maybe that's when you made this dream. Maybe that's when you threw the wish out to the moon, out to whoever was listening, right? Your angels, your entourage here. Because you're heading to this wish come true, right? Look at it ignited. You lit that in your card here. Right? You lit it. Here it is. You set the cogs here into motion. You set the machine into motion. So it's coming. It's in the future case here for some reason. It's kind of leading me into 2026. And maybe that's why I felt like I was going to read these cards down here again. Because look at the work, right? You set things into motion. You made a tough decision. You set things into motion. It's going to bring you the birds, right? It's going to bring you more freedom. It's a major transformation. Peace and hope with the spirit animal bird. Maybe in the description I'll add specifically the blue jay, the meaning of the blue jay, because they want me to emphasize for you the animal spirit guardian here. So it's got to connect into the progress made in 2025, sort of this epiphany, right? You put to work, you made tough decisions. It was very emotional for you. You had to ask for help, which is very emotional to do, right? To ask for help's not always an easy thing, but that's where you focused and that's where you succeeded. And you've set something in motion. You're bringing a dream, a wish into reality here. So let's head into 2026 and see maybe if the Archangels are going to elaborate or give a sneak peek to this dream that you've put in motion. Maybe it's a big idea, creative idea you're pushing forward. So you have 2 cards here for the main summary. Well, there's dreams to reality right here. Okay. I'm going to put the cards this way. So if you jumped into the message and kind of skipped the 2025 recap, I was just talking about how you set a dream in motion. And then here with your opening summary cards from the Archangels, when I get the 9 of Cups from this deck, this is all about scrying, looking into the water to see your future. And here you are walking forward and selecting, right? You are driving, you are the driving force of what your future holds, right? You're gonna create your own destiny. And then here's the dream becoming reality. When I get this Page of Wands card, the way the sunflowers are starting to come off the painting, the black cat, all about magic, power manifestation, power of creation, maybe your entrepreneurial spirit, but there's definitely a dream coming into reality here in 2026 for you. Whatever you ignited here, it's coming side by side, side by side. Okay, so we're going to head into the 4 seasons for 2026. So we'll start with spring. So for me, again, being in Canada, spring for me is like March, April, May. So sort of the March, April, May time period. Looks like you're going to be either you're going to be entering a whole new kind of environment, or here's the change to your whole world, right? Your whole world here. Now you've changed it up, and you're the master, the little astronaut here, but you're the magician. You're the creator. So this is again your dreams coming into reality. So sort of the fruits of your labor, right? Because we saw the pentacles that you were starting to create, the seeds you were planting. Well, here's that big bang, right? Here's that huge ripple effect. Now you can see it. Here's the tangible. So by spring, I feel like your world's gonna kind of rock in a good way. Summer. The Ace of Swords, such a beautiful card in this deck. This is all about your loved ones, supporting you and encouraging you to express yourself. So in the summer period, there's encouragement here for you to, express yourself means how you're communicating, how you're showing yourself to the world, what you're pursuing. So this could be them encouraging you to sign a contract, to fill out an application, to write a letter, right? To compose an email, a text. But they're saying, like, go for it. Go ahead. Try it. There's some good favor here. If your loved ones on the other side are saying, go ahead, try this. So an opportunity in the summer for you to kind of jump on here. I'm going to go here for fall. Oh, we got some beautiful fall colors even. A nice orange hues. A little hint of winter here with the white. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is all about leaping forward into that opportunity, right? So you're dreaming of a change to your whole world. Spring, you start to see it come into manifestation, right? The planets are aligning. You get the opportunity, and then by fall, you're ready. The energetic pony here, the hopeful, peaceful, optimistic, this beautiful white hue. is ready to jump into this good fortune, this prosperous idea, opportunity. Could be a relationship opportunity, could be a travel opportunity, right? Whatever that opportunity is. But fall, you're ready to head forth into it. So this time next year, winter season, we have Temperance. And it looks like a big decision on the horizon. It's going to be emotional for you. I always see this crane is kind of pacing back and forth. The blue hues is the amount of consideration you put into it, but you have this beautiful balance of white and black. So it's not going to be as emotional as 2025. This is more thoughtful consideration emotion. Your heart's going into it. You're giving it the right balance of attention before you make that decision, before you head forward here. And it's a change of the moon phase, so it'll be to the next dream. So 2026, a dream comes into reality, and it's up to you if heading into 2027, you're ready for that next one to sort of break the horizon and come forth. So a very optimistic, exciting 2026 it looks like for you. You know, it's nice to see sort of the dividends, right? The payout coming forward when you have such a beautiful epiphany and you kind of apply that epiphany, right, that you had. You put in the work, you put in the emotional work, you put in the physical work after your epiphany, and now look at the explosion of dreams coming true, one after the other, the moon phase, one after the other, like clockwork. Okay. Just because I haven't done any readings for you all this month, I also asked for some loved ones to come in. They chose from my home decor some salt and pepper shakers that I think are really cute that I just sit on my shelf. There's no salt or pepper inside of them. So we have lovely little wise owls here representing your loved ones that have crossed over, people, pets, right? Any kind of companion that you may have lost. We're going to do 3 cards, and what I ask your loved ones for is just a sneak peek at an experience, something that's assured to come true, maybe something you're not expecting, but this sneak peek's not going to ruin the experience for you. It's either just going to prepare you for it, or by the time that opportunity comes around, you'll forget it and it'll feel like a deja vu moment for you, you know, a serendipitous moment. So we'll get the 3 cards from your loved ones, and then we'll jump into the message. Okay, so already kind of raising the hand, getting you to stop. Sometimes I just get into the shuffling. I kind of lose myself into the shuffling. Okay. So Aquarius, your companion, your love's lost, coming forward with the message of 2026. We'll start with this first card. We have you sort of juggling with expertise here, your 2 of Pentacles. You know, she's well balanced on her bicycle while also balancing her opportunities. The sunflowers with the pentacles on them. This is all about new beginnings, new connections, fresh starts even, or renewals. So you're kind of in that space here in 2026. I really like this sort of pouring new energy into your friendships, making new friends, making new connections, balancing commitments with joy and expertise, you know, travel, work, you know, whatever it might be. So a much more uplifted energy, spirit, than sort of this heavier energy you were in 2025. A lot of lightness here, more sense of freedom. The Queen of Swords. Beautiful drum that she's beating here, creating her own melody. Now you're wearing, now look at these dreams. Okay, so whenever I see quills, these are like the angels above, right? The archangels in this case, your soul, your guardian angel, your animal spirit guides. You know, they're sitting and waiting with opportunities, and when things align, when you're in the right heart space, when you're in the right mindset, they deliver them to you. So it's like you're sending out your signal, right? You're beating out your melody, you're messaging those above, you're telling the universe, I'm ready for the next opportunity, I'm ready. It's like you're ready to jump in like that pony. I wonder why they're emphasizing this change in energy for you, Aquarius. Maybe it's been a while since you've kind of felt, you know, like she wants to dance, she wants to play music, like this playfulness, this brighter energy, right? She's also kind of playful, balancing things, traveling, enjoying the sunshine. Maybe it's been a while since you socialized, so maybe there's more socialization that's going to happen in 2026, or a return to it, right? A return to your preferred rhythm, your preferred melody of life. Okay. Well, for singles, any Aquarius that's single, looks like you're going to have a choice of suitors, or you're going to be attracting attention, maybe this new energy. You know, they always say smiles attract. So just being out there smiling instead of carrying around heavy decisions. Because again, we didn't see you overly joyful here. You weren't grumpy or angry, but you were just focused, determined. And then here you're light on your feet, light energy, and it's attracting in attention. So a choice of companionship coming up could just also be friends or networks, new opportunities for you to make. So again, here comes that social energy, kind of getting back out there, traveling, dancing, hanging out with people. You have that freedom here to do so. There's a lot of messaging here on freedom. Maybe you felt like there was a lot of things to do, like your to-do list was heavy, because now you have a lot of ability here to be spontaneous, right? She's in her caravan, which means she's just hitting the road trip. Now she's decided to paint it one day, so she's tapping into her creativity. So there's like this beautiful fluidity that you're getting to. So again, sort of this melody, this musical message coming in from your loved ones. Happiness, joy, music, light on your feet, dancing kind of energy that they see you playing through here. With that emphasis of social gatherings, right? Because she's hanging out over here with like a travel companion. You're sending out a sonar to get people to respond, right? You're sending out messages and receiving. And then here you're making new friends, new starts, new beginnings, restarts, refreshes. Heavy emphasis on that sunflower as well. So sort of those new adventures, new interests. You know, that's all. Maybe 2026 is going to be kind of a surprising year of all these new things that maybe you'll get interested in, pick up, start to do, people you'll just randomly meet but feel a connection with, or just your energy and your excitement to get out there and join in. Get out there and just do what you've been thinking of. Like, oh, I want to go for a bike ride today, so you'll go. Oh, I want to sit down and draw or color, so you'll do that. I want to play music today, so you'll do that. Sort of that freedom, that liberation that I see here of you doing whatever you want. Very nice. Quite sweet that your owls here, your loved ones, are letting you know that you have such a profound shift in energy, and with it comes sort of this plethora, this widespread, like all throughout the year. Like there's not going to be a singular pocket here, but like sustained activity, all these sustained positive moments, you know, memories that you're going to be creating and building here in 2026, aligning nicely with that dream we saw you pushing through here in 2026, your dream coming true, and this wonderful energy that you're sitting in. So we'll start to check in January, and it'll be nice to see, you know, what are these new starts, what are these opportunities, what are these new connections as we get together every month and we look at your energy. So until then, I bid you adieu.